Welcome. Hello, everybody. It is Intuitive Tuesday. And yes, we are here and we are live and we are in some really crazy energies, hence the hair. I thought the hair could go with what the energy is feeling. That's my theory. That's my theory. Hair craziness, right? And going in with the craziness of today. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. And let's just so we're putting the energy at what's past extreme? What can we do past extreme? What can we do past that? I am not sure. It is at, I don't know, maximum crazy. In less than 24 hours, we have Venus going retrograde. She has basically stopped in her tracks. She's going to be squaring she's going to be squaring Neptune through this all. And this is a time to shit or get off the pot, man. If you're not going to make decisions, within your relationships, within what is going on in your life, and you don't like it, well, sorry, too bad. Sorry, too bad. So you want to close my door, please, Edward? So I know, that's what I do. That's what mamas do. We wake up the whole house. This is really bringing, and we got a quarter square coming up with the moon. So we have, this is like, crazy energies that are coming in. And, a lot of people, the sun just called to say he and his partner sent home with a fever to get tested. He spent the weekend here. Oh, Dana, sending you out prayers there, girl. Because you guys don't need that. Let's just lock you down even more, right? Crazy. I mean, the thing is that the one message here that we're getting with all of this is that if you don't like a situation, you can change the situation. If you are feeling locked down, how can you unlock it? If you don't like what's going on with you around you, how can you change that? Because that's where the energies are coming in. If you're not, it's going to be revealed for you in a way. If you're saying, I'm leaving it up to the universe, and you're not taking some action with all of this, it's like, because it's Capricorn energy coming in again, like we're in Capricorn energy, and Jupiter's going to be going retrograde too. So 2 of our benefics are going retrograde. They're out. They're checking out, baby. 2 of our positive energies are checking out, and you got to think about, what were they doing? What was the energy before they checked out? And now they're going to be checking out. And both of them aren't in happy places, because Saturn, not Saturn, but Neptune is doing a square over to Venus. And then we have Jupiter being in Capricorn. So they're not happy. They're not in a happy place. Neptune is really, Neptune can bring in some, crazy energies, ideas, and things around relationships, because that's what Venus is. Venus is relationships with all of that is around you. And the thing is that you got to look at back, because she goes there every 8 years. So back in 2012, were you in a relationship in 2012? What was going on in 2012 in your life? Going back to 2004, if you're old enough to go back to 2004, what kind of relationships were you in then? This is intense energy coming in. And you thought that we were already in intensity. No. So we got 2 guys checking out and saying, hey guys, we're going on vacay for a while. I'm in my dad's house and I'm in lockdown. So Jupiter's saying, Uncle Jupe is going like, you know what? I'm in lockdown, baby. And I'm just going to take a vacay and maybe go in the backyard and smoke a spliff or something, and just chill for the next till September. I'll see you in September, okay? See ya. And Venus is going, all this relationship stuff, everything that's going on, I need a break. I'm going away for 40 days and 40 nights. Neptune, just leave me alone. Stop knocking on my door. Stop trying to get me into some delusional way. Square it away. And hence we enter into crazy land. We enter into the fun house. Fun houses can be fun if you're like, hey, my relationship's great. I know where I'm at with my relationship. I know where I'm at with where I am going in my projects and my work and everything else. And I'm things are good. Hey, you know what? Let's bring in some fun house and have a little bit of fun. If you're not, a fun house can be pretty fucked up. And especially if Uncle Jupe's in the backyard smoking a spliff. Because he's saying, see ya. So this is the energies. And this is where we're at. And how is that going to pertain to all of you during this week? Wow. We are going to find out as I pull up some of my notes up here and take a look at what the craziness is going on for all of us. And who will we have first? So I'm going to try something new. Woo! See? Oh, I could change things. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. See, change. Oh, there we go. And bring in edit. There we go. So here we go. We're going to delete. We're going to bring this in and we're going to see what this is all about and see what's going to happen. Who is going to be first today? Who do you think will be first today? Wow. Wow. We're going to see who's first today. There we go. Isn't that cool? Look at. See? Sagittarius. Anybody come in? You see who we're at. Look at that. Mama's just getting really, really crazy now, right? All right. Let's look what's happening with Sagittarius. Whoa, bad. You know, the thing is that the next full moon is an eclipse, and you know where the eclipse is? In Sagittarius. Where are the south nodes? In Sagittarius. What is going on with Sagittarius? Man, there is like transformation happening. We have Pluto is there. Pluto's gone retrograde in your income sector. So there's things to do with your finances coming in. I feel like there's a little bit of delusion coming in. I feel like, you know, it's not as scattered as it was last week for you guys, but still there's, you know, a little bit of scatteredness. With Venus turning retrograde here in your relationship sector, I would really watch how you're communicating with other people. This isn't like a typical Mercury retrograde where it's for 3 weeks and then you can, you know, do whatever. She's coming in for 40 days and 40 nights. So if you have been questioning anything to do with a relationship and anything to do with love and money, this is like definitely on hold for you right now. So things are coming in on hold for you right now. And of course, we got Mercury. So it's God of communication coming in. How are you communicating with all this? Are you communicating with, you know, it could be a significant other. It could be people that you live with. It could be anybody you're having relationships and anything to do with partnerships. So the thing is when it comes to love and those big dreams and plans and dreams could grind to a spectacular halt as a result of all this. But if you are wanting to pursue it, I would not pursue a relationship in this time. This is the type of energy that if you decide to, is that either you're going to be exposed for lying or they're going to be exposed for lying, or you're going to be exposed for cheating or they're going to be exposed for cheating. So this is where the energy is starting to lie for you. And it's, you know, when it comes into your business and communication, this is, you know, a time for us to be revising anything. So if you need to revise anything, and I got thorns, so you're weathering the storm. The storm is you're weathering the energy that's coming in. And that's your best thing, is that if you are able to communicate and if you're able to write down and do a plan. This is 24 hours before everything hits the fan. It's like high alert, high alert, high alert coming in. So if you can start writing a plan of where you want to do, look at this cycle of what is coming in and begin where you are with what you have today. So begin there. Begin with what you have today. And you're going to be finding with the moon, it's going to be a little bit of fieriness that's coming in, which is good because you need that little spark. You need that inspiration. You need to get going. But if you're sitting around and going, oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm on lockdown, and life is so shitty, and I can't do anything, I'm sorry. Who is it? Mars is leaving. Mars is leaving Aquarius at 29 degrees. He's going into Pisces. You like my voices today? So going into Pisces, it's like it could be great. It could be a great dream world. He could get things going and start really dreaming about, big and active things. But it could also be where it's like, he's like, oh my God, I'm in water. There's so much emotion. And he doesn't have the North nodes there. The North nodes are now in Gemini. Communication. Let's get the communications going. Where are you communicating? Who are you talking to? How are you able to make your situation better? How are you able to change some things in your life? Start now. Start with a plan. And as you do that, we got past lives coming in. So it's releasing anything that is old, anything past karma, not only in the past, in other lives that you have lived, but in this life. So if you're hanging on to something that is holding you back from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, this is a day to say, okay, I really got to let this go. I can't be holding on to this anymore. This is not doing me or anybody else good. I'm going to take the first steps of saying, I'm done. Tomorrow, I'm done. Next day, I'm done. It's allowing yourself to put that plan forward. And what's the overall energy for you? Oh, you're stuck in dreamland. And that's where you got to step out of. You got to step out of the dreamland and into reality. I know because the South Nodes is all about past karma. It's all about movement of where you want to move. The movements are going to be very short. They're not going to be very long, Sag. So this is really about what are you going to do and where you're going to, and how that works out. So don't get stuck in dreamland. Don't get stuck in there. Healing things and starting to heal things now is very important. You can do it today. You start doing the energies today, it carries you through. Right? You're making the plan today. It's like they're showing you like a going off on a trip, like you're going onto your boat or you're going onto into the car. I mean, do you just hop into the car and don't pack it up and just say, oh, I trust the universe, and you don't fill up the car, you don't check the oil, you don't check anything? Today's a check-in day to say, hey, maybe I have to fill up the gas, got to check my oil. Maybe I need to go in and just get an oil change before I go. Make a checklist of everything that I need upon this journey. Because with Venus gone for 40 days, 40 nights, it is not fun. It is not fun. The last time she went retrograde was in 2018. She was in Scorpio. So she makes, she comes back to certain places every 8 years, right? And that's what she does. And she's coming back and she's in there. She's 40 days, 40 nights, and she's going to be squaring Neptune through the whole fucking thing. And Sagittarius, you got to get yourself grounded and get you out of the delusion and stop being all up here. Come in, allow for the spark, start making a plan. Number one, start making a plan, baby. That's the I can tell this is like, and even when it comes to love, I mean, for any of the signs, anything, if you're anybody out there, if you're wanting to start a relationship right now, I wouldn't advise it. I mean, I'm looking at my own, well, I've been married and list, and checking it off, and checking it twice. Going to find out who's naughty or nice. In 2012, where was I in 2012? Well, I was here. I was still, I mean, for me, but it was also with the turbulence with relationships with my children that were going on. So there were other relationships that were going on in there too. 2004 was turbulence with partnerships. Partnerships were a big one, where a partner took everything and embezzled all my stuff. So we have that. So we have, So I'm looking at, different, it's not just love affairs, right? So looking at that and then still giving the person the benefit of the doubt, still not standing up to my kids and saying, there's no way I'm going to do that. So this is now, now where we're in with Gemini, it's like, okay, so looking at the relationships that are around me and saying, okay, you know what? I got to stand my ground and I got to do what's right for me. Same with you, Sag. Okay. That's brutal. Yeah, it is brutal, baby. It's brutal times. That's for sure. It's crazy, 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 crazy times right now. So, and who is next? And here we go. We have Virgo. Virgo's next. Don't you love this? I can put this up here. So, how far have we done? So, hang on here. So, people, I'm going to hide this. I'm going to come in here and we're going to go like this. This is what we're going to do. I'm getting organized here, people. There we go. That's who we've done. That's who we've done. How do you guys like that? Yeah, Mama's getting, getting in the groove with all of this. This is pretty cool. So we are on Virgo right now. And Virgo, I mean, for you right now, this is like Venus prepares to, as she turns retrograde. I know we're going to be talking about her for a while here, but it's in your career sector. So we got, with the planets turning retrograde, some are wanting to hold back and Mars fueling a sense of urgency. Mercury's intellectual savvy edge couldn't come with a better timing. So we got Mercury coming in. Mercury's going to only be in Gemini for 2.5 weeks. He's there. He's boom, 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 gone, right? 40 days, 40 nights is what she's retrograde for. So then we have for you, what's coming in is like, so we got a lot of, where you need to start listening, Virgos. You need to manage all the complexities that are involving across your income and work, and career fronts. So this is going to be a huge focus for you this week. And with that Mercury coming in, Mercury's going to give you that intelligence, right? He's going to allow you to happen and allows for this to happen. And this is also looking at compassionate for yourself. Sometimes Virgos, you're not very compassionate to yourself. So this is really softening, allowing for anything that's confusing, for you to take some time out and really take a step back. And that's what I see you doing. You have to take a step back. If you're not taking a step back and taking a look at it, this is where what are you feeling? Virgos, what are you feeling? Is there passion? It could be for a person or a path, but if it's, missing from your life, this week's heavy retro, look back to reclaim the heat. Look back to your past on how you can reclaim what you have lost. This is starting to look at things of what you can bring back into your life, right? Find your former dreams, right? Pisces coming in, finding your former dreams. This is a week of looking at your career and job look pretty good. Your personal title, ambitions, what are those that you want to focus on? Let's start focusing on your career and your job. You got the energy right now to do it. This is where that's what you need to start looking at. Do you have to redo your resume? What is it that you have to look in? Is there some upgrading that you have to do? That's really important. This could be, have you realizing that you have no longer feelings. What you used to do is the key connection. If you don't like what you're doing, how are you able to turn it in a new direction? Energy's there. It's for both personal and professional. And this is going to offer you an opportunity to reboot. So we got the energy there. So, hey, Virgo, woohoo, Virgo, woohoo. This is great for you. And this is going to bring in some success. There's some success and fulfillment is there for you. Just got to do the work, right? Got to do the work. And how are you going to do the work? So this is working. This is the well-being. You may be measuring up to the pluses and the minuses of work or professional path. So looking at it, how is this weighing out for me? How is this looking? You want to retire. Well, how does that look for you? What is the destination? Where's that end point? You got the energy right now to do the work with this. See, when the universe is saying, when the energy's there and it's saying, here, I'm going to give you the boost, take the boost, right? Because it is, everything's in a balancing act, So when it comes to, the new moon in Libra, this new moon energy, Libra is all about balancing, bringing in that balance. What is that balance you want in all your relationships? If something is out of balance, can you fix it? Can you work with it? Again, this is like, it tells you this is not a time to start in something new, but this is starting to let you start looking at things that you can improve on, right? And things that you want to improve on. And if you are wanting to improve it, the other part that comes in is a lot of anger. That could come in because it's like you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed. Yes, there's retrogrades going on, which are it could be holding information back. So some things you may not be able to see all, but what you can see is what you can work on. You might not be getting the whole picture of everything until, once Venus goes forward, once Jupiter and Saturn aren't going to be going forward till September. So you're not going to see anything for some time, right? But you can still do a lot of the work. And you got Mercury there, and Mercury doesn't go retrograde till June. So utilize the information. That is your ruler. Mercury is your ruler. Start listening to what is going on around you. And if you're feeling that there's any passion that's missing on your path right now, this is a period to realign yourself with your dreams and your former dreams. What brought you passion before? And passion just isn't, if you think that sex and that is all passion, well, it can be. But what are other things in your life that can bring you passion? And with that, because the Knight of Cups is reversed, he is the lover. He brings in a lot of emotion. And maybe that's part of it, is that a lot of things that you are doing, there isn't the passion. The things that you're going through it and you're doing everything robotically. So this is really looking at the balances in your life. And that's probably why you're getting angry. You're getting upset because you're unable to bring that, what you want, into your life. And so you're feeling very angry, upset, and overwhelmed with it all. So this is like really looking at things that are working, looking at things from the past. What did bring you passion? Could have been crocheting, could have been knitting, could have been golfing, whatever it is, right? Looking at those things that are going to bring that to you. And if you can't get out to a golf course, maybe you need to get a PS4 and start golfing online, doing something along that line, right? So that's what you have to start really looking at. All righty, who is up next? We have in the house, we got Capricorn in the house. Oh, Capricorn. Capricorn. This is huge for you. I mean, everybody's retrograde in your house. And it's how you are being seen. How are you being taken? Are you being taken? Is everything being taken importantly? Like, are you being taken, right? This is looking at what's important in your life right now. And we can see it because Venus is in her last full day. We got Mercury is in sort of an odd position for you. And then we also have Mars in its last full day in Aquarius. And this is about looking at energy. This is your public face. This is your image. This is reputation, what's important to you. This is crafting all first impressions. So what is it that you're trying to impress, right? So, and looking at what you want to impress there, right? So that's really important for you. And looking at how you want to show that. Thank you. And how do you want that to be seen? So it's all about your first house. What do I pull out? It's your first house. And this is looking at what people see and the impression you give. Public affair, crafting all what's important for you. First impression, because everything is there. You got, Saturn's coming home. You have Capricorn. You have Jupiter retrograding this week. Pluto's already retrograding. So this is really doing a lot of shakeup there. You got a lot of things shaking up. You're looking for information. You're looking for some form of communication there. And anything that comes in is going to be very, very swift. Things are going to happen very quickly for you. And you got to take that action. It's heaviness. There's a lot of, and this is intensely personal for you. And you got to be aware that it's affecting everyone in slightly different ways. But the difference in your case is that you have Pluto and now Jupiter retrograde in your first. And Jupiter retrograde puts your big personal ambitions on hold. Things are on hold for you. You can't, it feels like you want to go forward, but it's heaviness that you have to push aside. So you got to make opportunities big, on hold, makes opportunities hard to see. So this is really allowing for you to sort of sit for a bit, allowing for you to have patience, slow down, change your attitude, clear your mind. It's so important for you, Capricorn. You got to really allow yourself, because this is all important. If you go out there like a raging crazy person, I'm going to get this done, the after effects of, things, you're going to really feel those repercussions, and that's not what you want. So you really have to take some methodical moves over this, especially over this next week and the coming months, in how you want to get things seen. And this is where you're going to be, what are you known for? So looking at your reputation, looking at the things that are working for you right now. If you're trying to start something new, it's just not going to be working for you. So you got to come into that Aquarius energy and bring some love to the situation. Bring some nuances, bring some love to yourself. This time could be a really wonderful time for working on that spiritual practice, working on your, things that are going well. And this includes, anything to do with friends and companies company you work for or run. So this is, looking at what is working for you now. Don't try and start like a new promotion right now. You're going to find that there's going to be some bump in the road. You're going to find that things aren't going to run as smoothly. And then especially in June, when Mercury goes retrograde, then I feel like you're going to be feeling like you're frozen. And this is where you got to bring in, with the current situations, make it simple. Bring in simplicity with what you are doing. Bring in the timing. This is a time to this isn't a time to relaunch, but this is a time to also look at what has been and what you can leverage in all things, within relationships, within business, within all of this. So this is really looking at things in your work routine and well-being, and in comes the goddess. Entering into that love energy, entering into your inner beauty, allowing for that energy to come forth. Getting out, clearing out the clutter. This is a great time to clear out anything that isn't working in your life. And a new you is emerging if you follow this. If you follow this and take your time with this, look at things that you can leverage, looking at, items that it is a time not to spend on expensiveness, but this is a time to look at, maybe not, I wouldn't go out and get a new credit card or anything like that right now for you, but it's a time to leverage what you do have. and create something and allow yourself to go in and be gentle on yourself. A lot of energy is coming in because you can be such a hard ass and saying, this is the way I want it done. But Capricorn, you can't just go, this is the way I want it done all the time, right? This is like breathing, coming to that higher ascension, that higher part of what Capricorn is. Coming into that energy and allowing yourself to connect with your divine. And if you're not, I mean, you got the sun reversed. I mean, it's hard to reverse the sun, but you got the sun reversed. That means that you're going to be missing out on a lot of opportunities if you aren't doing what it is that you want to take time with, where you want to start looking at your routine and your well-being. If you're not looking at that, then you're going to find that things are going to really hit you in the face hard. We don't want things hitting you in the face hard. We want things to go in there, and we want you to look at your daily routine with your diet and your exercise and seeing how this enhances you. This is feeling your best hand in hand. This is about looking at your public persona. So this is a time to maybe spruce yourself up. Take time in consciously thinking about what you are eating, what you are bringing in on a daily routine, and your well-being. So Capricorn, this is, and through this, a new you will emerge, but you got to take the steps. Don't be a hard ass on yourself. Don't try and push everything forward. Don't take out any new, financial, it's not a time for you to spend money. This is a time for you to be conservative with everything and look at some of your financial commitments that you have now and how they are working, and the relationships that are working around you, and going from there. Whew. There you go, my little Capricorns. Who do we have next? Who's in the house next? This is when I need a producer, right? I need someone to do this on the back scene instead of me doing it all. So there we go. So now we have Cancer. Cancer is next. Love how it scrolls at the bottom here for everything, right? So this is really, 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 really cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. So my little Cancers. So a lot. I mean, Cancers, I mean, the notes have gone. So, I mean, when it comes to emotions and high emotional intensity, it's kind of like, I feel like you've been on this 18-month roll of like getting things done. So now, with this, it's like, let me just take a chill. Just let me take a break, because you got to break for 2.5 weeks until Mercury hits in there, right? So this is kind of like giving you that break, allowing for you to just give you a little bit of breather. But there's a lot of exhaustion that I feel that's coming in for you, Cancer. There's a lot of exhaustion that's going on, and that overwhelmed feeling. Yes, we are in the full days in retrograde motion, and this is looking at some extreme influences. We have Saturn is in your financial sector, right? So this is already extreme influences. So really watching work-life balance. This is really, are you getting enough sleep? Honoring yourself. If things are coming too intensely and you're not wanting to do it, just step away. And in comes this Leo energy. So this is energy is flamboyant, dramatic. It could be over the top. Leo energy could be a lot for you. It can be overwhelming for you. So this is really looking at that you stayed tuned to your intuition, listening to your intuition through all of these. This is about looking at, if you want to travel back to past loves, is on the cards as old reappear. So if something reappears from past loves, look at anything to do with it, your past, but there could be something there. But your intuition provides you a head up. So listening to your intuition is going to be a really huge one. And it doesn't matter which house Venus is in. It is the same. Like her energy is all about new relationships, anything to do with money, spending. It's not like a Mercury retrograde. So Venus also rules, the bank accounts and so entering into new financial arrangement, again, for you, no, don't. I feel this is more of a time, again, because, with Cancer and Capricorn, the nodes have moved. So it's kind of like, let me breathe. Just give me a moment to breathe. Except for Capricorn, because Capricorn has a lot of, of that retro energy in it. But with Cancer, it's like, whoa, this is about looking at my cosmic and karmic timing, time to finish anything up, anything that's ending, trying to tie up loose ends. And if you've already started projects before this, continue on with those projects. I wouldn't start anything new, any new projects until the end of June, coming into July, even though Saturn and all those guys, because they're longer retrogrades. But I would wait till I would wait till July to actually start anything new. So if you're going to do anything with any new projects or anything along that, anything new, I would, and trust your intuition through all of this, because there's going to be a lot of, you got to take care of your health. So there's some natural endings to things, but I feel like your health is really coming in, where it's like, this is really, because I get a lot of exhaustion with you. So there's a lot of like heaviness in around the heart chakra area coming in. I would start bringing in a lot of green. Malachite would be very beautiful for you, periodite. Green calcite would be really good. I'm going on a 40-day, 40-night diet like Venus. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a really great time to look at where you want to do that. And this is where adjustments, you're going to find you have to make some adjustments in your life. I feel like that's really important, because this is like, you'll now see signs along the way which have alerted you to what is transpiring. You're going to be seeing the signs. So listening to your intuition is going to be an important piece to you. Through this is going to be huge growth for you. This is going to be where, if you need to, start a small course, take something, get into, maybe you need some counseling. Hey, all my readings are on a sliding scale. So you want to book in and say, hey, Mary, can I buy 3 coaching sessions for $50 each? Yeah, you can. This is where you can bring that in, so that can keep you, up to date, someone to touch in with. Because one of the biggest things in anything that we are trying to do for ourselves right now, you need to have someone you can touch in with, somebody you can communicate with, or, say, hey, this is what's going on with me this week. It is so important. And especially Cancers, because there's, some intensities there that are around you, right? Mercury is just entered, but once it hits your sign and it starts going through, you're going to find that he starts slowing down and things start getting a little bit mucky and muddy. So really taking some time right now, even allowing whatever is working to celebrate. Here comes the beautiful party girls. I do my Friday night happy hour. And Friday evening, we do happy hour at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So maybe even coming in and having, you don't have to drink alcohol, but you can drink whatever you want. But it's fun. We laugh. We talk about crazy shit. But that's what I think that you need, because that's going to really bring in that soulfulness for you. That's really going to bring in that for you to tap into. I do feel a very heaviness for you. So especially in the heart chakra, for you. And I think this is about coming into, a lot of self-reflection for yourself, and bringing in some self-reflection, taking some time there. I feel like you do need a mentor, somebody to talk to. So, that's important, because sometimes with, for you guys, for you Cancers, I mean, you guys can get very you can get yourself very down, like either you're up or you're down. So if you're feeling very down, find ways to come into your alignment, find ways to get things done for yourself and do things for you, right? So this is really a time for you to look at that. Here we go for the next one. Oh, is it not showing? There we go. There we go. Got it done, got it done, got it done. Pisces. You know, Neptune is there and he's in that last decade. And there's something, you know, when I say, you know, Mercury's always fancy, yes, Mercury's always telling us things. And when I mentioned a while ago, when Neptune was at 19 degrees Pisces, that was the witch trials. And I got it across on my feed and somebody, so I went over and I saw on I think it was the Washington Post or the New York Times, where a big article came out about astrology and how astrology is phony and fake because of one astrologer who, you know, and how she just like all astrologers were basically on the same wavelength for this year. And this was where she was like, no, commerce is, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Nobody's going to be sick. You know, we're going to find the stock market rising and it's a great time to invest and all of that. And really, it was like almost like she's puffing smoke up everybody's ass. And now it's like there's a lot of retaliation, and some papers are even talking about taking out the horoscopes in their paper. And I thought, wow, that is a witch hunt. You know, one person is saying something and all of these guys are jumping on the bandwagon. And I think for Pisces, you're coming into this time of huge transitioning, and especially with Neptune being there and Venus squaring. So with that Venus squaring is really causing some havoc within you on how you're relating with things. This is really bringing in getting down to your roots. This is really getting down to these depths. And I find that there's, we also have Mars coming in there too. So Mars is not going to be exactly Mr. Happy-go-lucky kind of guy when he's in there. And of course, here comes Neptune. So, the fantasies, the yearning, this is about looking at the longings and potential illusions that are there. So that's your ruler. He's in your sign. So this is looking at what are the plans that you want to do? Where do you want to, what roots are you wanting to put down? How does that feel for you? And yet, this is to change your space, is changing your life. If you love life, if you love and your lifestyle and where you live, you got to commit to it now. If you're not committed to what is going on in your life right now, Mercury is going to be coming in and it's going to bring in some transitions around your home, lodging. It's going to change things up. This is coming in and changing things up. And sometimes for you, Pisces, changing things up, you don't want it to be done very quickly. You like to sort of like, you're a little fishy. You just want to, hang on. What do you mean? I got to change things up. But there is some change. So because we have that Venus in there and Venus squaring, this is also, this is occurring in a lot to do with your home life, your vision of your home. And this is where looking at what really matters in your home life. where you want to feel stable. If you're not feeling stable in your home right now, if there's some things that are coming in, this is where you really have to really look at things clearly in your life. And if you're not feeling comfortable, and if you're not feeling comfortable in your love life or in your, which is part of your home life, I feel like it's going to be, if you're not going to do anything about it, if you're not going to make some kind of changes or start to make some plans for changes, it's going to be like one hell of a bumpy ride for these next few months, I should say. And this is to harness, look at the lines coming in. So harness and protect yourself. A lot of heaviness is coming in. This is where if you are not happy with how and where you live, use this time to come up with a grand design for your future. This is about redesigning things, right? And if you're not, this is where, and if prosperity, you got the Taurus energy coming in and saying, with Uranus there, what do you want? I'll make changes happen for you. But you got to be willing to make the changes happen. You got to be willing to make things happen. If you're not willing to make things happen, then you're going to find that, the fish tank will need to be changed how many times, or the filter is gone. So you may decide to move back to somewhere you have lived in the past, and that's, Saturn retrograde. If this is a decision, this is one area where you have a before that would be a wise. So even, if you've been there before, that's good. I just feel like you guys are you got to come up with a new lifestyle and a new plan for what you want to do, because you're too bored and it's not good. And bring in and raising your vibration to new possibilities, raising your standards. I just feel if you are not comfortable with where you are at and things aren't going, it's starting to make a new plan, devise something new. If you're not devising something new, then you're going to be stuck in some real murky, crazy energies, right? So this is a wonderful time for some soul and real-time housekeeping and bringing up a new appreciation of your surroundings, bringing up what you do appreciate with what's going on, and coming up with a new lifestyle. And this is looking at your friends and your future. Old friends may be in touch with you, but it's a wonderful transit under which you revive some big goals and dreams. Start looking at those big goals and dreams. And it is a time for revising them and looking deeply into them and looking more into what it is that you want to have. Hang on, people. I have to open my window. And looking at those big dreams. It is, if there's been a longing there, look at what have you been longing for? What is it that you've been asking for? And if you're not willing to do anything, you're going to find that anything that has to do with prosperity is going to go out the window. So this is involving and living on a grand scale. And with Mars coming in, whoa. Steve, turned on the heat again. Somebody turned on the heat. They turned it up high, so the heat's really, it's like people, stop it. So there you go, Pisces. It's a grand scale in the future. So looking at that grand scale and what that grand scale is, right? And I just feel like if you're not doing anything for it, if you are not, I kind of feel bad for you, Pisces. But I feel like some of you have it. You know what you want. You're heading for it. You're making things happen, right? And that's awesome. So continue that role. Continue that. And you'll find that things will start really working for you nicely. So I love the heat. It's when you can't breathe. That's the thing. When you get in here, because my office isn't very big. So when it happens, it's like Scorpio. So we're plugging along here, and we are at Scorpio. I love that. I love that I figured that out, that I can do this. So just an FYI, I do have all my readings on a pay scale, $50, $90, or 160. All my readings. So if you want a reading, all the best signs must be last. Yes, all the best signs. Well, I don't know. Scorpio's up. Whoa, Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpios. Just had that intense full moon and that intensity, and it was like all this energy, all the energy from Taurus is coming through Scorpio. All of this intensity of Uranus and the sun are just, whatever needs to be released is coming through Scorpio and through that releasement of what's going on. And with that, it comes in with, how are you dealing with it? Are you communicating with it? How are your relationships with it? This is where communication is going to be a big one for you, Scorpio, and doing that communications. It's about your home, right? It's about your home. This is about, the goddess Vesta is here, your sacred spiritual center. Vesta is a beautiful energy of, quietness, wants to bring in some real positive energy. But how are you communicating in this? And we got a solar spotlight on your relationships until later next week. And the moon is assessing the powerful planets. So accessing the powerful planets. So we got a little bit of emotional coming in here. We don't want to get Scorpios pissy, because I think they can get really pissy. But this is looking at your home and your family. This is looking at your surroundings. This is looking at, focus on the family and the communication with family, how things are going in there. Mars is moving on to something more playful. And if you take it on, with Mars being in Pisces for you in that playful center, this can bring in some creativity. This can bring in some fun. So maybe it's you've been cooped up for too long and you got to go outside in the backyard. You got to maybe, if you were able to do something outdoors, I would definitely, this is a time of connection, right? And this is also where it comes into your partnerships, whatever partnerships that are going on in your life. And with with Mars, your ancient ruler is heating up things in that center. So, but wait, because Venus rules, she's gone backwards. So it's not really time to really start anything new. And it's not really time to start anything that is, I wouldn't bring in anything new right now, even though that I think my little Scorpios out there are feeling a lot of passion. They're feeling that, that wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come on. But you want to come into that home sweetness energy. So changes, transformations, rebirth, and resurrections are the future for you. So this is like, here comes the Phoenix. It's timing to rise. And it doesn't matter that what house Venus is in, she does what she does. So looking at your bank accounts, looking at your salaries, your mortgages, and anything to do with that, what does that look like? Is there any negotiations that you have to do? Time for you to play with Mateus outside and teach him how to ride a bike. Oh, we have been. He has a bike. We've been taking him out. He has a little scooter too that he takes out. We got the basketball all set up outside. He goes outside and finds money with Papa. So we're taking him out quite a lot. So there is a lot going on with Mateus when we can. The other thing is to avoid taking on anything new financial commitments right now. So if there's something that and starting anything from the heart. But it's maintaining your payments and payouts may be in focus, making sure that you're keeping up with everything. If you're able to make your payments, I wouldn't defer anything. This isn't a time to defer your payments. If you are able to do them, I would do them. This is where it's bringing in a lot of emotional understanding with things and paying attention to your intuition. Paying attention. This is for you to move ahead confidently, listening, keep the bills paid. Yeah, exactly. So it's not going out and squandering your money on silly things. And as I say that, I'm like, what did I buy last night? No, I was not drinking, but no, I ordered something online last night. So, so this is, but I still paid the bills. It was my wine club, but I still paid the bills. The bills are still getting paid. So, but that's the thing, is like, if you have something that's going, if you have things that are working, and don't shy away from discussing issues that could be termed close to home right now. Talk about what you have to talk about. That's me when Venus is around. What did I buy last night? This is emotional. Emotions are running high with you. There's that energy, there's intensity that's coming in. And that, yes, you just had the full moon in your sign, but you also have to remember what's opposite you. Taurus. Bringing in, what do you want for stability? What do you want, in every areas of your life? What do you want, when it comes to home and family and this is like blah, blah, blah. And it's bringing in what you soul desire, right? Bringing in that intensity. And of course we got discernment coming in. Is also not what it seems. So stay true to your knowing, your intuition, stay true to your emotions. Yes, emotions are running high, and we don't want, the thing is that with Scorpios, we want to keep some calmness and some peace going on. And I know there's been some edginess that's been coming in, and a little bit of anger, some pissiness that's coming in. Don't want pissy Scorpios. Pissy Scorpios aren't nice Scorpios. Pissy Scorpios can be a little bit, don't want that. So this is where the Knight of Swords comes in. So watch the information that comes in. Watch the information that comes in. Because here comes the Knight. And he will bring in information. Boom, boom, boom. Hence, Mercury is in Gemini. So information. So you got to use the information with discernment. Just because the information's coming in and knowing that feels good. So watching how that is coming in. How you are relating the information that's coming in, because you think Geminis have a ton. Holy shit! Piss off a Scorpio. In comes the tail. They're death. They are not ones to, air signs. You'll run off at the mouth and cause a lot of noise. Scorpios aren't going to cause the noise. They're going to end the noise. So this is really listening to your intuition. Is that it's like holding it to your heart. Is that where I want to go? Yeah, I'm really angry and I'm really bitchy. So if you're angry, go 3 steps back. What happened 3 steps ago? And that's what you will find. That's what you'll find. Like Scorpios will put up with a lot. They really will. They'll put up with a lot. They'll put up a lot with, family and things around them. But then after a while, it's like they will say, shut the door. Shut the front door, Felicia, because I don't want to hear it anymore. I am tired of your bullshit. So that's what they will do. So this is really looking at that and coming in with some discernment over this week, and especially with these retrogrades, you guys are going to feel it. You're going to feel it quite heavily, and it's where you are going to feel that intensity coming in for you. So it's be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And in being kind to yourself, you're going to find it. Hold it to your heart. Take a few breaths and really come in with that discernment. Discernment was a good one. Grounding. Exactly, Tamara. Grounding. Because you're going to find that you're going to be needing it this week. This retrogrades are really going to throw a little bit of animosity in with things. So be kind. Be kind to one another. Grounding so busy. Yeah. Grounding is so boring until the Scorpios get bitchy. And then you're just like, wow, hell? What just happened? Like how you're straight up. Yeah. It's fun if it's you know what? It is great if the energy is not projected at you. You know, if the energy is not projected at you from the Scorpio, it's great to watch. But if the energy is projected at you, it's like, whoa. So let's bring in Libras. Oh, Libras, my little balancers. Balancing those beautiful scales. We have, this is like, I just feel like it's just sitting here with these Libras. I just feel like, yeah, let's just sit for a moment. Let's take a look at it. We got a solar spotlight. We got to look at your financials. Financials are coming in. So we got to look at your money matters and ending this year annual financial review. This is about looking at, I feel like it's almost where putting some plans together, right? Putting some plans together for you. And this is solidarity will also protect against life because all work and no play. Mars returns to the busy work sector. So there's some busyness that's coming in. Work is coming in for you. So if you have been looking for work, Libras, this is the time. If you may be being called back to work, you might be called back to getting things done. This doesn't mean change can't happen, with things that are happening with Venus retrograde, but this is a major retroactive weather, definitely. But don't force issues. So this is like, it's kind of like soft launch. Like what they said first. This is a soft launch, and it's yearning for something bigger, a walk on the wild side, a taste of adventure this week. This is like really coming in for you. But Mercury in your ninth is usually a signal to see how far an idea can take you. But this week sees the ruler of the ninth, Jupiter, head back into your fourth. And the ruler Venus is also in your ninth of those big loves and dreams. So things are kind of on hold if you have some big dreams or expectations to start off. But you can do little soft launches, right? You can bring in something that, ideas, start bringing in small ideas to go forward with. This is, when it's the house of romance, holidays, children, and creativity and travel. I mean, well, we're not traveling right now. But it's all off the table right now. And I don't have, this is a need to emphasize that starting any kind of partnership is not a time to start a partnership. But that's why I got soft ventures. Like this is anything to do with, your house. If you're looking at moving, buying, selling, renting, may feature even in an actual move is not happening. You may be looking at where you want to hang your hat in the future. So this is looking at future endeavors. Some people's leases might be up and you might have to re-sign the lease and say, oh, well, we might as well just stay here and hunker down for another year and then move forward. Take that advantage. So this is really a slow down time for you and taking that slow time. And in comes, here comes Aries, and Aries doesn't want like slow down. Aries wants to like get things going. This is bringing in like, let's go. But, Libras are like, don't push me. But Aries is across from you, right? So you got Aries Libra on the axis, right? So there, one is spring and one is fall. They're on that axis. So and Libras are like, don't push at me. I don't need to be pushed at. This is where I need to start looking at what I want to be doing, right? Where I want to be going and allowing myself to get a perspective of this. And you're going to soar towards your destiny with clarity once you do these small actions and going where you feel the energy can move you. If you're trying to push at things, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not with all this retrograde energy. I know there's long overdue changes that are, but the changes are going to happen, but it's almost where it's going to be like you got to do a soft launch with this. And your answers are answers you need are coming. They are coming. The information's coming, and that's with Mercury even entering into Gemini. So information's coming for you from your sister sign and saying, hey, Libra, look at, you could do this, and this right now. Look at what we can be doing. And you can start, and you can look at that, and you can sort of say, okay, yeah, I can do this right now. I can start planning for this right now. So this is really a methodical planning and looking at it. And if you have a partnership, this is talking to your partner, talking to that partner, allowing that partner to be in on the conversations. Sometimes you guys sort of think you talked to them, but you didn't, and bringing in that support team around you. So it's vitally important to look at the support team that you have around you and working with that support team. Don't think that you can get things all done on your own. And when it comes to emotions, well, I think you need to sort of step into that too, because you got to look, you're an air sign, and sometimes air signs aren't very, you can be, the emotions are there. You do feel a lot. I feel like Libras out of all the air signs feel a lot more. Well, I know Geminis do, but they feel it in a different way, and they want to weigh this all out and allow themselves to weigh out all of these feelings that are coming in and the move that they want to make. And is this the right move? And should I do this? And should I do that? So, oh my God, you guys can just get into like, what if, right? And looking at all the what ifs. And that's the thing. So don't be looking at all the what ifs. It's looking at what can I be doing? What can I do now? Don't worry about the what ifs. This is practical self-care. No matter what you do, don't rush, because as Mars arrives in here, there's everyday tasks and routines, hands-on, this energy. Don't rush things. Soft launch. This is what I need to do today. This is what I need to do tomorrow. I'm going to continue this on. I have the support of my partnerships. I have support of my friends or family that are around me. Find that support system that you need in order for you to create it, because answers are coming, but they're not going to come to you all at once. And the queen, and with you, that can bring in the queen. The queen is reversed. So she's kind of like, there's some failings there. There's some things that are not that with emotions. So things aren't coming together the way that you want it to come together, right? And things aren't coming in the way that you want to come together. So with the queen, it brings in something a little bit, you need to, a need for grounding and a detachment from materialistic views. Time to meditate on your life goals. Look at what you do want to start doing. That's very important. So bringing, I feel like Libras, it's like, this is what you've got to start doing for yourself. But it's small, and it's slow. It's not moving very fast. So that will, that could cause some issues there for you. So, okay, moving on to the next sign. There we go. There we go. We have Aries in the house. Aries. So I'm going to ask if anybody has suggestions on, I want to get a new deck of cards. And I'm not sure. I was looking at the Golden Tarot, which are very cool. They're golden and they're pretty and they're shiny. But I want to get another deck of cards. I have my, the unicorn cards here that I use a lot, but I want to get something else. So I'm not too sure what deck of cards to get. So if you guys have any suggestions, my cat's in Aries, any suggestions for cards, definitely send them my way. I want to start looking at some new cards. Because I love my unicorn cards. I know I have a lot of decks. I have a Gaia deck. I have a Kuan Yin deck. Maybe I'm going to bring out the Kuan Yin deck. So looking at that, I also have, I love tarot decks. I like new tarot decks. So I might look at the cat tarot deck. That's supposed to be, I've looked at that before. It's just the Kuan Yin. The thing is that I like straightforward decks. Let's go straight forward. Kuan Yin is a beautiful deck. There's an Akashic Record deck that I was looking at too. So I'm thinking about the Akashic Record deck. Kuan Yin deck is one where I think is more a methodical deck that you take for yourself and you utilize it for you. So that's what I, if you're doing a daily meditation, pull out a Kuan Yin deck. There's a whole thing for you for prayer and everything else with it. So I think that's really cool with the Kuan Yin deck. So definitely, yeah, that would be kind of cool. Anyways, going on to Aries. Aries is just like, okay, could you just shut up and just start talking about me? I gotta talk. I want to know. Well, you got Chiron in there at 7 degrees. So Chiron is really causing some, I got changes coming in. Changes when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being. Chiron is really bringing in. Chiron is at, where it was during the 70s. So a lot of looking at me, looking at what I want, how I want to be, looking at myself. So we got Chiron coming in and looking at your individuality, looking how you are unique. And if you're looking at your uniqueness, that's awesome. If you're looking at, I don't want to be unique, I just want to go with the crowd, then you're going to find havoc. That's the thing. You're going to find havoc if you're not looking into your uniqueness and really embracing that of what you find is unique about you, whatever it is. And you also have, with that Venus turning retrograde tomorrow and then Jupiter 2 days later, this is putting the brakes on a lot of things. Unfortunately, this comes at a time in areas of your life where you want an opportunity for a do-over, especially where you have been missing out and wanting an opportunity to make something to last. So this comes into your social friendships and relationship. So I think with your uniqueness, you can bring in something new with that and bringing something exciting in with that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe do a Zoom thing and have a, some kind of fun party or something like that. But this is where, this is about communication sector for the first time in 12 years. And timing couldn't be better. There is that. So we got, the planet Venus is going retrograde and the astro Juno is coming in. So the queen of commitment and especially commitment to your relationships. And this is about looking at what I need for me, what is good for me, home, roots, being. This is your home and roots. Looking at your home and roots. This is like, did someone just press pause button on your life? We are in major retrograde season. So if you look back and reclaim lost loves this week, you could do that if you want to, if you really want to. Probably not sometimes. I don't like the idea of reclaiming lost loves. I don't know. It's just not my thing. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. That's it. But despite with Mercury arriving in your third, this is a chart of facilitating communications. We got Mars in your 12th. We see Saturn now heads backwards, and there's a focus on there. But then there's also this energy. I feel like it's really starting to look at career progress may be slow. Opportunities may be hard to find. Kind of in a rough spot. And that has to do with Chiron being in there. And Chiron is really bringing in some roughness there for you to start to awaken and really start to deal with what is important with you and deal with, and once you start bringing that in and bringing that uniqueness in, it's opening your heart to your enormous growth ahead. It's opening up. This is who I am. This is what I love to be. I'm not going to shadow myself for anybody else. I like to wear blue eyeshadow. That excites me. Or, I love to knit outfits for my dog. That excites me. That is where I'm finding my excitement. I love to cook. I love to create things for other people. That really makes, I like to entertain. So this is really finding things that you like. And even with Jupiter, that slows down. This is about looking at, recent, yeah. Looking at things that are coming in that may feel like they're stopping you, but might be creating something else for you to take at hand. If you're feeling stuck, ask yourself, why do I feel stuck? Don't blame it on the outside forces. Don't say, well, the government made this happen and the government did this and the government did that. Well, the government might have something to do with it, but what can you be doing? What can you be standing out for? This is a time to give rather than take, and looking at those beautiful efforts of yours. This is about looking at and breathing new life and creating creativity into those projects that are on the shelf. This is looking at, a book or something that's been lurking around. Maybe you've been thinking about writing something, getting up there, getting that creativity going. This is reclaiming self, reclaiming who you are, reclaiming that lusciousness and that sexiness of who you are, and not letting it just go to the sideline. This is about looking at that internal self. You are the god of war. You are that ignite of spring. You are that ignition, and bringing that ignition in, because you do have that strength. You do have that strength to do what you want to do. So this is bringing in that love and that joy and that peace to all, and igniting it, because there's a lot of releasing. Yes, there's a lot of releasing. Judgment comes in. There's releasement, letting go of things that no longer work and looking at the things that do. And Chiron really has to do with a lot to do with your health. So health is coming in. It's a big one. Chiron is in your sign for 7 years. So it's a 7 years of how can I make my life better? How can I live a healthier life? What are the things that I can take out, and what are the things that I can keep? So really looking at that healthiness is important. There you go. Oh, Andrea, not again. Poor thing. Making sure. Oh, okay. What's that? Is there somebody hiding? Yes. Ha! Got him. He was hiding. God, there's somebody hiding over here. Who's hiding? Right? So how do you guys like that I'm able to write this all at the bottom? This is pretty cool, I think. You guys can come in and you can see. Plus, this can so when you play the video, when you watch the replay, you can see at the bottom. I just don't have the minutes of when it is there. I haven't gotten that fancy with everything. So how long has it been already there? Chiron entered into Aries. Good question. I will find out for you. I should know this off the top of my head. I think since 2019. I think he went in there in 2019. 2019. So he's been there since 2019. And so he's going to be there for 7 years. So I know it is, but it is about Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, and he's in there till 2027. So he's bringing in where he's bringing in a lot of energy for transformation and change. He brings in that spirit, he brings in that oomph, and that's what he does. And last time he was in Aries was in the 70s. So, you know, all the crazy designs and people, that's when the hippie movement started at the beginning of the 70s. The gas prices and the lineups and stuff like that for gas. He brings in some crazy transformational changes. And gets us into kind of that odd area where we might it wasn't the best choice of clothing in the 70s, that's for sure. But it is 2018 he went there, I'm sorry, to 2027. And when he enters and when he comes in here, just an FYI for everybody else. So Chiron is a dwarf planet or an asteroid. So Chiron is not literally a planet, but he does come in as the archetype of the wounded healer. And he's the bridge between. So Chiron comes in and he has a weird kind of energy as he's going in. And he can be anywhere between 1.5 to 9 years, depending on where he is. But he's there for Pisces and Aquarius, two really main signs for 8 to 9 years, because they are signs of transformation, connection, getting things started, getting things going. So this is about looking at your connection between your unconscious and your conscious, right? So looking at that. So looking at what is happening between your conscious and your unconscious, and the same theme. So this is where, you know, Chiron orbits between Saturn and Uranus. So two crazy guys, right? So a little bit of wobbliness there. And Chiron links our personal experience to the collective experience. So a lot of times what is happening within your own life can be very reflective of what's happening, you know, the woundedness that's happening in the external life, in the consciousness, can have a reflection on your own. And this brings in healing crisis. And Chiron's role is to break, but also to put back together different forms of existence. So when he's in Aries, is where you feel and don't have the right to be yourself, concerns, affirmations of self, but Chiron will challenge these affirmations of self. Chiron's coming in for you. This is like, it's heavy duty that he's in there for you. And this is not only for you, but this is for the consciousness too. This is where we have to assert ourselves, where we go for what we want, where we draw borders and express our own uniqueness. Your uniqueness is the big one that's coming in, especially this week with all the retrogrades that are happening. Chiron is where we feel wounded, ashamed, broken, or inadequate. So with what's going on, and say, you know, I know you're mentioning your surgery, maybe there's a sense of inadequacy because of the surgery and you feel weak, that you cannot be doing that. So, I mean, that he brings in a lot of things that we really have to look at deeply within ourselves, not only as a collective, but as an individual, as, you know, within our own selves. And he's really making his presence known this week for you. So, don't want that. So that's a little tidbit on the Chiron there for you. So moving on to Taurus. Well, the sun is still there. Yay. You still have the sun. You still have Uranus, but the sun is squaring off to the moon. So we got to the first quarter or the last quarter square there. We also have Uranus is making some aspects over to Pluto and Jupiter. So he's really making some pushes over there and a square over to Saturn. So, whew. Thank you. I can't remember how I did that timer, but but this, I think for Taurus is like, you are really heavy hitters this week, bringing in some heavy hitting energy for yourself. And this is movement. This is getting your act together and starting to make the moves that you want, Taurus. You got Uranus in there and for a while. He's there for a while. So he's not moving. And yes, you just had, that, we had the new moon and everything for you. But Mercury is leaving and the sun won't leave until towards the end of next week. So this is giving you to finalize any game plans and getting anything done. So it's like the door is still kind of open for you to get shit done, but you move like a slug to get things done. This is like, start moving. Let's move. Look at the red. There is a red sign here. Bull, red sign. Bull, red sign. Urgency, get moving. But what does the bull do? Where's the red sign? I don't want to move right now. I don't feel like moving right now. I like the way things go. But when Venus is going retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and Mars in the final hours here, man, this is like, I just want to get you going. And the energy is freedom. You start moving, the energy of freedom comes in, the energy of newness. This is also an important time of turning point of your income and your job front. You can make things, there's an opportunity here still for you because the sun is like, here I am. I know there's information coming over here from the moon. The moon's in Capricorn right now. It's not very happy. No, it's not. He's in between, all of that crazy, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto energy, right? So he's in between Saturn and Jupiter right now and squaring off to the sun. So he's adding some extra intensity for you. So this is about looking at things. This is about exploring things. Yeah, your ruler is going retrograde, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy passion with friends with a long distance. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy things. So this is making revisions to those plans. This is about revive and shared passion. This is bringing things out for you. But if you're not doing any, if you're still like sitting there like, I don't know what I'm going to do, doobity 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 doo. This is like, wow, no, get your act together. This is like energy coming in. This blast is coming in. And love surrounds you. There are connections there for you in all areas of your life. Let's make those positive connections, right? Let's get it going. It is intense for you. Intensity, it's good for revision. This is good for studying. This is good for higher learning. Is there anything there? Now is not the time to take chances, but it's time to move ahead, get things going. Don't just sit around. Luck is on your side. Saturn, Sagittarius is there. Let's ignite. Let's move it. You may not be able to travel right now, which is fine, but there's other things that you can do. This is your house of money. Possessions and valuables are coming in. Time to look at your relationships with your money. It is, is it feeling the love for your money, creating those abundance and multi-stream incomes. So this is a re-envision of how you want to look and taking that time to look at how you want to look. Sanctuary comes in. Time out for the world. Spend more time alone. Sanctuary. Let's get it going. Let's move. Let's get things going. You got love. You got people around there. Maybe it's social distancing to meet people, to do a meditation with friends online. And if you don't want to do the steps, take a step forward. Divine will show the next step. Exactly. Thank you, Tamara. That is so beautiful. Thank you. And listening to what it's telling you. This is igniting and reigniting connections and things that you love to do. You got to take those times. And this is the best thing in life may simply be free. Looking at those things and connecting with this. This is, here comes the Hierophant. This is your spiritual self. Looking at your spiritual connection. Looking at that connection, the freedom of loving, bringing in that lovingness, bringing in, saying to your friends, hey, you know what? We may not be able to together, but let's do a group meditation online. Let's bring in some energy for connection online. Let's do this. This is where, you might be finding that, even with Venus going backwards, that's fine. But you got Mars is all about action, and this is a house of the future, to re-envision how you want to look, taking that time in meditation, reinventing yourself. Where do I want to work? How does that work? What do I want more for my finances, my relationships around me? How can I make things grow? I do have love, and I've got a community that's around me that's going to support me. Yes. If you don't, where can I find it? How can I start bringing in a new community around me? What does that feel like and look like? And so that's really taking that action to do it. You got to take some initiative. If you're just sitting there laying, they said, you're just sitting there laying in the pasture chewing your crud, you can't really, that's all you're going to do. Regurgitating. This isn't, there's some things, but get a stay clear of any online bargains, big ticket items or anything like that, definitely. But this is also, as I say, some of the best things in life are free, and that could be relationships and connecting with other people. That's going to give you insight of where your next step is going to do, or maybe a connection for you if you are looking for something. Can't happen if you don't do it. So, there you go, Taurus. I feel like you really need a kick in the ass right now to get moving. And you're like, but this isn't working, and I don't have this happening right now, and I need this and this and this. And it's like, no, you don't. Especially right now, you don't need any of that right now. It's like you're overthinking and overprocessing everything. And you don't have to spend money in order for you to create something new. And I mean, I know some of you are going to say, well, yes, I do, because I need to have this and this to make it happen. There's many things that you can do that are free online. There's courses you can take that are free online. If you already have a deck of cards, start using your deck of cards. If you've already started doing some other things, right? Start doing that. So this is looking at what is working and what isn't working. And you don't have to spend money. There's Skype, FaceTiming, messaging, starting something that, if you're wanting to ignite something that you haven't ignited for a long time, to do that. Okay. Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. That's all I'm singing for you. Aquarius. Yeah. Scorpio, Saturn is taking you to a height that you haven't gone before. It hasn't been there for like 30 years. But difference now is that we also have some other planets that are close by. And coming into this age of Aquarius and coming into this new age of energy for you is really getting you to, it's a signal to ignite your fires. This is about looking at it. Mars is going to be leaving. So it's like you got the child and the adult on either spectrum. And the adult's gone rogue. So the adult has gone rogue, and the child is there, and the child is going to be leaving. And this is going to be leaving and heading in to Pisces, and bringing this energy in. And you see your leader, your other ruler, Uranus, is over in Taurus, and you're just like, oh my God, I just want to escape. Where's my spaceship, please? I just need to be off this planet. This is just too much. They're just not getting it. I want to leave. Oh, my Aquarius says, I want to leave. I'm ready to leave. I am not wanting to be here anymore. I am wanting to check out. And Saturn in his first full day in this motion, but Mars in the last full day of leaving. And this is like, the lines between the past, the present, and the future are becoming so blurred. Everything. Saturn is wanting to look to the past, while Mars is not only wanting to look to the future, but runs towards it. And Saturn will be here until retrograding back out in July. And so this is where he's going to be going back in, and then he won't leave your sign till 2022, Saturn. So this is putting a lot of more weight on things, and on drive and competitiveness in your spirit, and you're just like, really? But there's people here. Do I have to deal with them all? And this is where it's like looking at your activities, looking at the things that you like. And the one thing about Aquarius is that they can be like, once they're done with somebody, they're like, goodbye. Take out the trash. I ain't taking out the trash because you are the trash. So Aquarius. And then comes an overwhelming energy to have something greater, because you're looking around and you want something greater. You want something more. It's like you're looking at the collective, you're looking at the energy around, and it's like, I can't handle the isolation or the lockdown. I need to be doing something more. I got to do more. But you got to hold on tight this time. You got to hold on tight. And you can't just go out there crazy right now. This is where Mercury enters a shamazing in the 5th, on the 11th, and this is going to mark a cycle where you build on what you already began rather than start something new, especially when it comes to anything to do with love. You got that love person there. You got that energy. When it comes to, you got somebody there, let's build on it. Stop trying to push shit away. Start bringing it. If this is what you want, that you want, look at your insecurities that are happening around you. What are your insecurities? What are you so afraid of? This is a major retro cycle that's coming in, and it's like the past and what is already in motion features. So put your future plans on hold and start looking at what you have right now. Things are a little bit overwhelming in the world right now, so let's just take one step at a time for you. This is for you to get into some projects or hobbies that you've put on hold. Let's get into those. Let's start to renew those. There is, when it comes to, anything to do with proposals, I'd be careful with any proposals or anything, or any new proposals that are coming in. But this is looking at, maybe it's a past proposal. Something from the past is coming in to ignite you in some way. That's fine. If that's, but it's also listening to your intuition. Are you taking yourself and what you want for the future seriously? It's time to reflect, time to look into it. This is where, Venus rules bank accounts and your second house. So this week sees Fury and impulsive Mars enter here. Mars can fire up your desires for more and folding stuff. So this is like Mars could come in there and really fuck things up. But you got to really be careful. This is about watching your pennies. This is about taking some time. That's why you're feeling overwhelmed. That's why you want to escape, and watching how you're escaping, because with that Neptune-Venus square can really get you into somewhere you don't want to be. But if you take that time, if you allow it, and you bring in that, you get a win-win situation. Just taking that time is so important. But sometimes you don't want to. You just like, it's like, I've done that, been there. Why am I going back? Why am I revising? I don't want to go back and revise. Sometimes you have to, even though you don't want to. Sometimes you just have to. And doing that, it's going to bring you some freedom. This is going to bring you some freedom. If you just want to escape, get on there and just leave, you're going to find that you're going to have a lot of regrets later when this is all done. So this is taking that time. The Knight of Wands is coming in, igniting some passions that you have there, looking at those passions and going forward with your passions. Taking some time for you to look at things. Things are overwhelming right now for you. You're feeling things very intensely and you wanting to get out, but it's like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathe. Yes. Now, what makes my heart sing? Maybe I haven't painted in a while and I need to start painting or sketching or drawing. Maybe I haven't, you know, maybe I need to start a 40-day Satnam, 40 days, 40 nights. Start a Satnam, start a, where you can bring in some, how did you get over there? Oh, that's the goddess one. Bring in something that you want to do and allow it. I think a 40-day Satnam, like a morning and evening prayer time, would be absolutely fabulous for you, Aquariuses, because that would bring in something very meaningful for you. It'd bring in something that some grounding in there for you, and it would also get you to see things in a different way. And because escaping is not the name of the game. So don't be trying to escape and think that if I just hide my head in the sand, everything's going to be okay. And or if I zone out here, this isn't a time to zone out. This is a time to really look at what it is that you really want to start redoing and working at what really needs to be working and what's meaningful for you. That's the big one. That's the big one. So don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. There you go, Aquarius. Yeah. And it is it's, you know, doing that really helps you to ground instead of scrolling through Instagram at night. Go in and start, you know, go do some a nightly meditation. Bring that into your routine. You'll find that it'll be oh so helpful for you. So whoo, Gemini is in the house. We have Gemini. Gemini. Wow. Everything's happening in your house. We got Venus retrograde. We got Mercury heading into your house. The sun will be coming in next week. So we have that. We have Venus square. We have the North nodes in your house. Wow. Let's make shit happen. Right? That's what it's doing. It's like, let's make shit happen. And this is coming into your professional year. The shot in the arm. It has been waiting for, and especially the momentum. So you go back to March and April has proven to be a false start. Mars will return with passion and drive and competitive spirit if you take hold of it. If you don't take hold of it, it's going to just take you way off on another current. And take you to somewhere else. And this is an active month that's coming in for you. So getting you up to speed, getting you moving. This is like getting your mojo back. So this is good, but Venus is retrograde in your house. And you feel sexiness might be missing. But this is where self-love is a really big thing for you coming into this time and bringing in that self-love. And Saturn comes in. Discipline. Lord of Karma is coming in. What have you been, you know, the part of to accept challenges and gain wisdom? This is, you know, but even if you are locked down, are you now second guessing what you have to say? In fact, are you having doubts about how you look and come across? If so, blame Venus because she's going retrograde. So this is about standing there. Too much time at home and on the couch. Might be just overwhelming. And Venus is rising out of the waves and waves to be reborn and allowing for mojo to happen. It's going to take some time. This is going to take some time for you to come into your feelings. We are in a Harry Potter invisibility cloak as we disappear from people's radar. So show yourself some self-love. This is about self-love. This is about making a plan to bring in that self-love. Got a haircut in my kitchen. Yeah. And the thing is that with Venus retrograde is not a time, even as she slows down, is not a sorry, Ashley, to get any haircuts, get anything done as much as people want them to be done, because they're not going to show the way that you want them to do. But don't blow your budget doing this. And remember, this is, all retrogrades. This one is an illusion. Simply see this as an opportunity to weave a new and more glamorous one. This is time to start looking at spirit messages. Listen to spirit. Listen to your intuition. Information's coming in. This is looking at a career direction that's coming forward for you. This is a great period in which to look for long-term goals. What are your long-term goals? What is that? And to update your game plan. Jupiter's is in your change and ending sector. So, and that's in with Saturn. So when it comes to money, assets, loans, mortgages, possessions, refinance, renegotiation terms now, but try not to enter into anything new. If you need to renegotiate things, yeah, you can do that. That would be okay. But don't do anything new. This is about long-term goals. This is a time for you to sit back with these retrogrades, look at and listen to spirit on where you want to go, and have faith in your dreams. Whoa. Have faith in your dreams and what you want to do, and then the miracles happen. But you can take Mars going into Pisces, and then you can go off into La La Land and toodle off somewhere and not do fuck all. And then if you do that, that means that you're going to just find that it's just not going to work. Things aren't going to come together, and you're going to be wondering what the hell just happened, right? That's the thing. This is about continue learning, continue doing on what you want to do, right? And continue doing that. Opportunities are going to come your way, but you know what, little Miss Geminis and Mr. Geminis, you guys can be kind of pissy sometimes. I don't want it that way. I wanted it different. I wanted a different cup. Don't give it to me that way. Blah, 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 blah. So new opportunities are coming your way. Got to take it. Got to trust the intuition. Your intuition say take the cup, and your ego's like, I don't want to take it that way. I wanted it different. So simply see this as an opportunity to weave new and more glamorous ones with these retrogrades. New things are going to come in, but they may not look as shiny as you want them to at the beginning. Saturn is about accepting the challenge, gaining the wisdom, and long-term goals. Putting things into action, putting things together. But if you don't want to do it, you can sit there and be all pissy and say, oh, but you have to have faith in those dreams. Look at this card. It's so beautiful. This is about looking at the things and bringing in things and miracles that you so want to have happen. But, sometimes you don't like what it looks like. There's an angel message with this. Just one second. The gifts that life offers are yours to enjoy when you're ready to take them in. Wow. This is becoming centered and focused on your own needs. This is about self-love. This is about allowing for you to sitting with your emotions and engaging in those emotions and allowing yourself to engage in those emotions. And the angels are saying the gifts that life offers are yours to enjoy when you're ready to take them in. So things are there for you when you're ready to take them in. If you're not ready to take them in, you're going to go off, and Mars and Neptune are going to take you on a route and take you all the way to somewhere else that you don't want to be. And you're going to get all upset and mad and pissy and be little Gemini temper tantrum. But you got to start looking at the things that you can do and start working on them. So it's a good opportunity for you, even with all that crazy energy in your sign, right? So, and bringing that energy into your sign. So really watching it and working on some self-love for yourself. Last but not least, the infamous, the beautiful, the one with a big roar and the shiny mane. It is Leo that walks into the room. And Leo, in all the beauty, comes forward. Here comes Leo. Yes. Yes, Leo. Rah. Golden eyes and the big yellow mane. Here we come in, and it's all about important points of an important week on the job and career front. Friendships, relationships. Whoa, fortunately, there is a lot going on, bringing a lot of energy in for you. This year, 2020, is likely to go down in history for 2020 hindsight. Global pandemic to wake us up. Yep. To things that we really value. So it's a time when many of us will be wishing for an opportunity for a do-over, and the stars are granting us that wish. 3 planets turning retrograde is allowing for you to get a new perspective on the things that you want to do. Second chance and do-overs are a good thing. They're giving it to you. This is to revise anything to do with contracts, old friendships, long desired dreams. Time to have a renewed faith in the future of love. So really, this is bringing in some goodness, some renewal, some reboot, some long-term goals. What have you been putting out there? This is about balancing everything, diplomatic. Woo, Libra comes in. The Libra energy, harmony, bringing in. This is about repurposing, dust things off. Dust off those old goals. Start revitalizing them. What have you put on hold? No matter which house Venus heads in, she does her shit. Doesn't matter. So we know that. We know what she's going to be doing. Fine. But this is for you. This is where, major retrograde weather with Jupiter shifts backwards. Work, routine, well-being. What is it that I can do for myself? Looking at the things I can bring into balance. Bringing that unity in. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. Yes. Booyah. Bringing in current circumstances. This is looking into look at what sticks. What are those commitments? What are the things? What are the benefits of what I have done? And really revising them. I was meant to clean eating, but then the wine ninja happened, and I've been day drinking instead. So this is looking at things. It's like, okay, study is favored now. What do you want to study? Is there something new you want to learn? Maybe you want to revise something. Bringing in, considering returning to education or upgrading, revising your dream. This is looking in. This is giving you the opportunity now. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to take the action to do these things, again, that's the whole thing. This is pushing you in. These are the opportunities. These are the redos you can start doing for yourself. This is what you can gain from it. If you're not wanting to do it, well, Mars is going into Neptune. We got 2.5 weeks before Mercury heads into Cancer. And then it's like, now we're into more sludgy weather. And we don't want that. So this is looking at things that, if you need to exercise caution in dealing with anything that you're going to buy or buying anything. But this is all about looking at what you want to do with your work and well-being opportunities. And with that, you go with the flow. Look at that. Okay, I just love this one. She's so pretty. Look at the colors, everything. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Go with the flow. Allow yourself to go with that flow. Allow yourself to go with it. King of Cups comes in reversed. Sometimes you guys are a little bit stubborn. You don't want to do what you want to do. You don't want to look at what you want to look at. And you look at something else. You look at other things but with the King of Cups is the message with the King of Cups. May you understand of a human nature, set an example of wisdom and tolerance for others. This is about looking into your shadow, looking into, you might be cynical about the state of humanity. You might be a little bit pissy about shit that's going on, and you're just like, oh, fuck everybody. And you want to get into your pissiness and get into get into a Twitter war with somebody just because you can, because that's the way you're feeling. But there's saying to surrender and go with the flow and start to create into some new energy, which is going to bring in a lot more love and friendship and creativity for you. But the energies that you may be sitting in and being cynical and looking at the sins of your fellow human beings and saying, sinners, all of you, off with their heads. I don't want to be dealing with this shit. My Leos are such, they're the royal ones, right? It's like, it's coming into your compassion, coming into your heart, coming into your flow. And that's where the energies can be spectacular for you. Yes. There you guys go. I know I am done. I've done it all. There you go, guys. It has been fabulous. And I love that I can do the little ticker tape at the bottom. I'm getting advanced after, each and every time with all of this technology and loving it. So you can see what starts when you watch the replay, see where you are. And if your little sign comes up, there you are. Poof. There we go. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And remember, all my readings are on a sliding scale, 50, 90, 160. Whatever you are able to pay. If you are needing to come in to get some coaching, maybe you need to buy 3 of them and get 3 coaching sessions. And just to, I feel like a lot of the sessions right now have to be where, let's see where I'm at. How am I feeling? What's going on? Which would be absolutely fabulous for many of you right now. And also we have this shamanic study, shamanic intuition is happening in June. And then we have the psychic development and mediumship happening at the end of the month. So we have that happening. Also, we have, what else do we have going on? Oh, shamanic astrology starts tonight. If you want to join, you can still join. I know we're coming close to the end, but everything is on recorded. So it's there for you to look at. So you can have that. Did someone tell me to go and get a new friend? No, thank you. No, I didn't say go and get a new friend. But it's to use your current circumstances. Reviving old friendships. If there's somebody there that you really love to be with and you want to revive it, that's the time. This is the time to do it. If there isn't, then no, don't do it. We're not getting you to go out there and be nice to people, but getting you to revive things. So sending you guys out so much love. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for those watching the replay. Please share this out to people. Share out to your friends. It's going to be going up on YouTube. Please take a look on YouTube and share it out. Sending you out so much love. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you do and all that you say and all that you be. Blessed be everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.